You guys keep asking me when is the OGT Trend Dashboard Indicator version 1.1 is going to be released, and I can finally tell you that the answer to that is today. So what's up guys, Zoeb here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and I'm really happy to be sharing with you version 1.1 of the OGT Trend Dashboard. And firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's emailed me, that's left comments on the bottom of version 1.0 in terms of improvements and enhancements. And there were so many. I was overwhelmed with the response of how great the indicator has been to people, but also with the feedback in terms of how I can improve the indicator. So hopefully version 1.1 doesn't disappoint. And because I've got so many, I'll be honest, some of them were a bit wacky. What I did, I had to tally each one up. So I went through a process of going through all the emails, all the comments, everything I've got, and I tallied up, and there were four main consistent requests that came from the first version, and I've incorporated those in version 1.1. And what we're going to do, we're going to go through each one of those 4 points right now. So when I first developed the concept of the trend dashboard, my initial thoughts on the practicalities of it was that it was kept on a separate chart, and then you would look at the chart, scan over on what pair you wanted to see, and then you would, open the chart using the button. But as I read through the comments and the emails, I found that a lot of people wanted to kind of have the chart, or the dashboard rather, on their trading chart, and that's what made me put these kind of 4 things on the forefront of version 1.1. And also, I'm not going to go through how to apply the indicator, how to use the indicator. That's exactly the same. These are just more functionality enhancements and updates, and I'll put a link in the description and in the top right corner of this video if you want to go back and look at version 1.0 if you haven't done so already. So if we look at the 4 main changes, I'll just go through very quickly in what they are, and then I'll show you how you can change those inside the indicator settings. So the first one is selecting the time frames that you're most interested in. A lot of comments were saying that no one really trades the monthly, the weekly, and the daily kind of time frames. They just want to look at the shorter time frames, and it's taking up too much processing power, just to keep the daily, weekly, and monthly all in check, which I truly understand. And you can now customize it to only show one time frame or multiple time frames for each currency pair that you want to look at. The second thing is some people were saying that they only wanted to look at the current time frame and the current pair of the chart that they're looking at the moment. And that goes back again to what I was saying earlier. A lot of people just want to visually see, is the current chart that they're looking at, is it ranging, is it trending, what have you. So again, you can do that. So you can set that inside the indicator settings, and I'll show you that in a second. Thirdly, a lot of people saying it was too big, it was too small, can I have it in the top right hand corner, left hand corner, and all that kind of good stuff. So it's now incorporated that to really customize how you really want the trend dashboard to look and feel on your chart. And probably one of the biggest improvements that's on there is the opening of the new chart. So by default, it would take you to whatever your kind of default template was. Now you can actually set it so you can open up a predefined custom template that you've already got, and I'll show you exactly how to do that in this video. So we'll go through these one by one. So the first one being selecting the time frames you're most interested in. Again, the original look and feel hasn't really changed that much. If we go to the indicator settings and go into version 1.1, the main thing you'll see here is that you've got all the time frames, and by default they are all selected as true. So if, for example, you are not interested in the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hourly, and let's say not even the hourly, you can set those to false, and again, they don't have to be in any particular order. You hit OK, and there you see it. The dashboard will reconfigure itself to only looking at the time frames that you want. So again, that's a really good a good setting to have. So the second one is again current pair and time frame only. again inside the indicator list, if you scroll down to current only and you select that to true, what it will do is tell you what it is. So you can't see it, we can see it down here. I'm on a Euro USD 5-minute chart, and it will tell you right here on that we are, based on my MA settings, that we are currently inside a bullish trend, which is what you can see here. So that's that setting there if you're interested in using that. And what I'll do is I will just turn that off for now, because I think that will help me explain the third section, which is the ability to resize and move the dashboard. So firstly, you've got dashboard size and dashboard corner. So let's just do the dashboard corner. So at the moment it's currently selected to the top left. You got top right, lower left, and lower right. So let's say you wanted it in the lower right hand corner of the chart. You can see here that it moves it over there. So I'm not going to go through into the other two variations, pretty self-explanatory. So now we've got that there that you can have at any time, especially when you're inside an uptrend over here. It's probably better to either keep it in the top left or the bottom right, and vice versa with the downtrend, either the bottom left or the top right. So hopefully that is a great improvement to you guys. And then if we go back into the indicator settings, we'll then look at the size. So you've got tiny, small, medium, big. So let's just say that we wanted to go back to medium. And at the bottom, what you've got is that you've got font size settings. So sometimes on my VPS, when I use this, sometimes the writing goes above the block. So my team have put in some font sizes inside here, so you can shape it any size you want. And the font sizes is the pairs and the time frames. And then you've also got the on-off, which is basically the button size text there. So you've got two sizes. So you've got two text sizes for each size. So if I put that down to medium, you'll see that puts it with the font and text size that you've pre-selected there. So hopefully that gives you some customizable settings there for you to really put this trend dashboard exactly how you want it. And like I said, in terms of, there was some questions around how do I get certain pairs to show, because I can't see all pairs even when I kind of remove all the time frames. And it's all based on what you've got inside your market watch. So effectively you can add and remove symbols from your market watch, and whatever you've got here is what you'll be able to see inside your dashboard. So if you can't see an exotic pair that you want to trade or you want to look at just to see if it's on your watch list, you've got to make sure it's inside your market watch first before it goes into your trend dashboard. So that's one thing there. If you can't see the pair that you want, more than likely it's down to it's not inside the market watch. So if I just put this back in the top left, because just for me personally, that's kind of how I like to see things. And then what we'll look at now is we'll look at the last piece is sorry, is opening the chart with a custom template. So what you'll notice inside the indicator settings is you've got a template name. So when you download the dashboard, this will be blank. And again, it could be anything. So if I go and show you my templates, I've got a lot of templates that I still use, don't use, or been testing over the years. And what you need to do is you need to put that template in a special place, and you might think it's your templates folder, but it's not. So let me show you how to do that. So what you need to do is you need to bring up your data folder, and the way you do that is go File, Data Folder, and in the data folder you've got templates, and we'll have all the templates that you've got and that you use. And let's just say, for example, you want to use your OGT Pin Trend template. So again, this template is for my OGT price action indicator and utilizes pin bars with the trend, and it's all got it all set up for you nicely in there. What you need to do is you need to obviously copy your template, open up your MQL4 folder, and place the template in there. So what I'll actually do is I'll actually do a new template so you guys can see this live. So let's just say we want to do the OGT engulfing trend, which is a template that is set up for engulfing bars with the trend. I didn't want to copy the text, I wanted to actually copy the in there. So if you copy that and then open up your MQL folder and paste it in there, and then just left click it once and copy that, because you're going to need this template name, and it's got to be exact. So once that is done, you go into your indicator settings, and template files are .tpl files, but you don't need to put in the .tpl. And then if you stick that in there and click OK, and then let's just say you wanted to look at the USD JPY, it's in a current downtrend. Click on Open Chart and just fix it up there. What it does is that it will load up on the daily time frame by default the template, in this case the OGT engulfing trend, and hopefully you'll be able to see is you see here that we are currently inside the downtrend after having some chop there. So that is that element of the dashboard, and what it does, it puts it at the end of all the charts that you've got open here. And I think this is what we've got, the trend dashboard. So like I said, it's really good, and I think that was all of them. Yeah, so there were the main 4 changes of this of version 1.1, exactly how you guys did with the first version. If you guys could just comment, let me know. Most importantly, is how much value you're seeing out of this dashboard, and then secondly, again, just please let me know if there's any improvements that I can do to kind of make this even better for you guys in version 1.2. And what I'll do now is I'll put the thumbnail for version 1.0 up on the screen so you guys can check that out again. But what I'll do is I'll also put the pin bar and the engulfing videos up as well so you guys can check that. So how you can use the dashboard to find a trend, and then how you can trade with the OGT price action indicator as well to trade with the trend. So about how you can apply this dashboard to your trading, and I shall see you guys in a few seconds.